everybody, it's the coach, and this is...
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson rolling to his left. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Off of play action, it's Watson dancing to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now it's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading them out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough, knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter, and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw, being chased out left. He's got a first down and then some at midfield, and he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the red zone now, Watson buying time. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, Kiko Alonso picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Back to throw, Watson.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. To throw is Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Running, it's Drake. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick again. They're able to locate Wilson, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's been busy with his feet. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Watson forced out to his left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kiko Alonso able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Steps away to his left. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And Thomas has it. And now running right through it. The big fella. He's at the 40. 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Wow, 1st and goal and defense.